And so what you see happening because of the phenomenon we talked about before, where women can sleep outside their league, women can deal with guys who are more attractive than them, have more status, have more money, all these things. This is going to tend to, and women will gas them up. Oh my God, you look at the girls' comments on Instagram. Oh my God, Slay Queen, you're so beautiful, blah, blah, blah. Women gas each other up. Women can have y'all look at yourself in the mirror, or not even that. Y'all look at yourself on Instagram with your filters, with your makeup, and your assessment of your looks is filter, makeup. It's not like straight out of the shower, completely bare face.
Is though.
That's fair enough. But so what ends up happening is basically you have massive amounts of women who, here's what I see happening. Mary, can you Google hypergamy chart, please? I wonder if I've posted it somewhere in the Discord. Let me actually see. I think ultimately what you have happening is women don't want to date their equivalent.
They don't want average.
Women are hypergamous. Women want to get the best that they can get. Men too, but women act as a sort of a bit of a bottleneck into that, because we already talked about how women, they will not just entertain a guy strictly for sex. They will not do it. Whereas men will entertain you for sex. So for a couple different reasons, you're going to be assessing yourself as more attractive than you actually are. Like if I was fucking running through models, but none of them wanted to date me, but I could fuck them, and they were coming at me, and I'd probably think I'm hot shit too.
Yeah.
I'd probably think I'm hot shit too, because and then the girl who's in my league, who's a 5, who's average looking, who's going to give me commitment, I overlook her. I pass on her because I'm like, well, why would I deal with the average girl who is actually willing to be in a relationship with me when I can get attention, affection, and sex from women who are more enticing than her, who are more physically attractive than her. But that phenomenon doesn't exist for men, but it does exist for women.
But that's simply because almost every woman, I don't care whether she's the most beautiful, I don't care whether she's average, I don't care whether she's below average, whatever you think she is, she has more pull from men. She has more attention from men than the average man gets from women. So I kind of, to play devil's advocate, I understand why a woman would be delusional to think she deserves the best of the best, because she gets so much attention. As a man, if I had a bunch of models, all different type of women hitting on me, sliding my DM from the time I was 18 to by the time I get to 30, I'm going to be delusional also. I'm going to think I deserve Rihanna and Halle Berry and things like that. So I think that's where the delusion comes from, because they get so much attention for just existing, not because they're good women, not because they're feminine women, not because they respect men. They just get too much attention from men. So it kind of messes with their ego at some point.
That's why I think there's a tendency for women to be a bit delusional as to where they stand. In addition to that, once you've had a taste of the good life, it's very hard to go and date the normal guy.
Yeah, you can't go back.
Once you've dated a super wealth guy or super good looking guy, maybe he only gave you sex and that was it, you're going to be looking at Joe Schmo, and maybe you're the equivalent, you're an average chick, but you had a taste of the good life, a taste of the good dick. How are you going to go and date an average dude?
Nope.
You're not. You're fucking cooked. It's over. You're going to be resenting. You're going to resent that guy. Or you wait until you're 30. Fuck, none of the really hot guys who I fucked from 18 to 30 wanted to wife me up. So time to settle. And then you're going to marry that guy. It'll last 7 years. You're going to divorce him because you're dissatisfied, because he's not as attractive. The dick's not as good, whatever it is. And it's just a fucking recipe for disaster. Do you have the hypergamy scale? Yeah, this is essentially it. So women are chasing after the top tier of men. They're chasing after the top tier of men, and you'll get them for sex. And then eventually, when you're in your late 20s and 30s, you're going to settle down. Maybe you'll end up with an average guy. And then you're going to be let's say, really dissatisfied in your relationship. Look, I just
because
think
of their looks, or
it could be a whole bunch of different factors. The things that make men attractive can be varied. It could be personality. It could be looks. It could be
A mix
wealth.
of both for everyone, right?
It could be wealth. It could be status. Well, men don't really care about your career.
About wealth, I guess.
Men don't care about women's career or status or wealth.
Depends on the man.
Women don't share their resources with men, so it doesn't even matter. Even if men did care about it, we wouldn't receive a benefit. I remember when I was a bit younger, I think I was in my mid-20s, and I was dating an attorney, and she was making 3 times as much as I did. High-powered civil litigation attorney. I think she was 26 or something. She still wanted me to pay for the date. She made three times more than me. So even if I'm going to deal with a woman who's got plenty of money and she can afford the date, I still don't receive a benefit from her money and her wealth. Men are just more generous in that sense. Like, y'all women don't share your resources really. Like, you're not prepared to hold it down really. Like, if the guy loses his job, you're not
gone.
really prepared to hold a guy down like that.
Oh, yay, Brian figured it all out, everybody.
I think,
That's why we're even here. He has all the answers. Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
Well, I
passive-
think that's
And that's why it's true, because instead of attacking the argument, now they're being condescending. Did you just hear the way she responded? That kind of response, it comes from someone who can't attack the argument, who doesn't have a nice logical way of rebuttal. They just try to, I don't know, is it condescending, gaslighting, whatever she was doing, because she can't attack his argument.
generalization, right? Is that
Hold on. Let me respond to that. I mean, you can be passive aggressive
Yeah,
with your
exactly.
response, or you can actually contend with my argument. At this
Well,
moment, I'm currently getting crickets. So if you're going to allow me,
Okay, let me speak then. Okay, so
bulldoze.
I can speak for myself. I don't know about everybody, and I do know women who take care of their men. I know men who are stay-at-home dads.
How
Like
many?
I've seen this,
How many?
and I like you did this little thing with the questions. Like, I've paid for first dates
How many?
for myself and a man, and I like to go half on things. Like, I don't want to make whoever I'm talking to feel like everything is on their shoulders. That's me.
Yeah, but how many times have you done that? And then take it out of yourself, because women like to talk about their personal issues. Let's go in general. How many women pay on the first date? How many women pay on the first date and then want to see that guy again? How many women? Like, come on, stop lying.
Me. So when you're like, you girls, like, a lot of this crap you're saying does not apply to me. I don't know
She's
about
making
y'all,
it personal.
but and it does apply to a lot of women. I know a lot of women who have this thing
is it
about
fair
height.
to say the
Like,
majority?
I do have a thing about height for sure. I don't like dating tall guys. I don't want a guy taller than 6 feet. Like, it's too much. It's not functional too. Like, on top of a really tall guy and his head is way up there,
gotta
and
love a
it's
short
like
thing.
I'm
Short
just
pieces out
Yeah,
there.
I mean,
my
I'm
favorite
speaking-
relationship was with a guy who was a few inches taller than me,
I'm
but it's
speaking in
not why I'm with
generalities,
him.
though. I'm speaking
But
in
I feel like
general.
you speak for very not specific, but you speak more for like conservative men. Like I've asked,
What do you mean?
like I feel like there are men who care about like women being intelligent and like.
I didn't
their
say.
career.
When did I say anything about intelligence?
Well, I feel like intelligence mostly translates to the career women have. and
Not
the
really. Do you think
status.
rappers are intelligent, but they make a fuck ton of money,
I
don't
get what
they?
you're saying.
No, I feel like it does.
But like
it-
rappers don't
it
really have to
can
use your
show.
brains for anything. There's nothing
Right.
that intellectual that comes with rapping.
Right, but you would agree
well,
that
that's
you
not
can
true.
still be like a really
Wordplay.
high income earner and like be fucking stupid.
Right, but I'm not gonna be like, wow, he's a rapper. Oh my god, he's so smart. He's so attractive. But like, if you were a guy, like, okay, you said it doesn't matter for women, but like from my perspective, if a guy was a rapper versus like a doctor, and the rapper made more, I'll still be more attracted to the doctor than like the rapper. If that makes sense, I don't know.
Perhaps.
So I think like a rapper analogy is like maybe is there another one you could
Why?
provide?
Maybe you don't have an affinity for rap music. Do you
Mm-hmm.
prefer? Is there a different genre of music you prefer?
Well,
Like
it's not about. I don't think it was about the music. It was just like rapping was just like a bad career to talk about when it comes to
Right,
money.
but I
because-
mean, I could see a woman who might otherwise be more inclined to date a doctor, but if it's, I don't know who's like a musician that women are just fawning over. I don't know if women like Justin Bieber anymore. I don't know.
See that?
You're saying there's no musician you can think of that you would prefer to date that super successful rich musician over a doctor? In all instances, you pick the doctor over the super
No.
famous musician.
Well, I can't think of. I actually played music for like 12 years of my entire life, so I know some, but I can't like
okay.
say.
Well,
like, what are you
I think we're
trying
getting-
to say?
I think going back to her point, though, I'm not really interested in the. My claim wasn't about intelligence. My claim is that men don't really care about a woman's ambition, her career, her money, her status. These things.
So
even
what
if-
do you care about?
I'll get to
No,
that.
men do
looks.
care about ambition. I think a
think
lot of men
depends what
want a
we
woman
mean
who's
by-
ambitious.
It depends what we mean by ambition, but your career, that's not going to make you more attractive to a man.
But
In
the
the
things
same
it
way
takes for you to get to that career shows a lot about your ambition and the type of person you are. If you're like,
That's
Not
not
really.
true.
really, okay.
That's not true because women would literally get $50,000 of student loan debt to get a weird degree, but they would never get $1,000 to give to a man. I'm going to say that one more time. Women literally get student loan debt of thousands and thousands of dollars to get a degree that's not even going to pay them well. Sometimes they don't even finish the degree because, you know, they change their purpose. Oh, I don't want to do this anymore. But if a man says, hey, babe, lend me $5,000, I'll pay you back. Lend me $1,000. Oh, no, I can't spend money on a man. Meaning they put more effort in getting degrees than effort in trying to find a man or in doing things a man wants. So when she says a man should like me because I was ambitious in getting my degree, it doesn't matter because you get the degree for you. When a man puts ambition into getting a degree to make money, he's making money because he's going to spend it on his family, on his woman, on his kids. That's the difference.
Like you don't think
So
a
you don't
girl
think someone-
that's like in medical school would be more attractive to a guy than a girl that's just does like a nail artist?
You
or
don't
a
think it
nail shop?
shows more about like her ambition and her work ethic and how much she went through to get to going through medical school, being in like, et cetera, et cetera. You're just, okay, well, she's in medical school. Okay, what? Like,
I mean,
It doesn't
I
tell
think
you
that-
anything?
I think it can be indicative of certain positive characteristics, but I don't know if men prioritize those positive characteristics. I think there's asymmetry between what men and women find attractive.
you prioritize labia, huh? Like BLM.
I mean, sure, I guess that is one component of it. But yes, I would say that men typically prioritize, I'd be prepared to say that men do prioritize looks over a woman's career. That's for certain.
Yeah.
I wouldn't dispute that, but I would say that when it comes to the career, success, etc., men don't care about it for a few reasons. I think there's an evolutionary basis for it. I think men in a traditional role, men are the providers, men are protectors. That's been typically the dynamic between men and women throughout history. There's an evolutionary basis for it then. But also, even if men were inclined to care about it, it doesn't occur to me that men even reap a benefit
Yeah.
when women are obscenely successful or whether financially or they have status. Men just don't have that draw.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, men know women don't get successful because they want to provide for a man. Because remember, the first thing a woman says when she becomes successful or she becomes a boss, I'm independent. Independent of who? Of men. So either way, I don't care if you have a PhD, degree, master's. If you're not going to spend the money on me, I don't care to be attracted to that. Are you nice to me? Can you make a sandwich? Can you at least make an omelet? You know, can you talk to me respectfully? Those are things men really care about, you know. But anyway, shout out to you guys who are watching this morning from wherever you're watching from. It's morning on the East Coast. But like the video, I got another video going to be going through. So do me a favor and like the video as you're watching. So let's get into